Now, from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is WINK News at 11.
Now in the Nightbeat, rain on the radar ahead of a wet work week. The Weather Authority is tracking what you can expect.
Plus, a family is outraged after their loved one is killed tonight. WINK News is pressing for answers in an early morning homicide.
And raging out of control. At this hour, crews are working to get a handle on a massive wildfire with the help of hundreds of firefighters.
And WINK News is the Weather Authority, and we start with your forecast tonight. Some raindrops on the downtown tower cam as rain fills the radar. The Weather Authority's Zach Malak is here with more on what's going on right now. Zach.
Yes, John Carlos, in fact, seeing a good amount of dry air now over Fort Myers as well as central Lee, central Collier County. But notice to the south and southwest, another band of rain developing north of Key West. That's going to continue moving off to the north into western Collier County over Marco Island here within the next hour or so. And check out all those white dots. That is actually lightning being reported within that storm. So we have some more rain expected overnight tonight. But look at the top rainfall totals for today. Nearly 2 inches of rain came down across northern portions of Charlotte County. In Punta Gorda to be exact, Lehigh Acres just over 1 3/4 inches. Fort Myers Beach over 1.5 inches, same as South Cape Coral in the Pelican area, 1 inch and just over 1.5 inches. And we still see rainfall totals overnight tonight increasing slightly. Rainfall today, notice all of that green, seeing at least 3/4 inch of rain. So yes, we picked up a lot of rain for today. More rain comes our way tomorrow. Details coming up.
Zach, thank you. We turn to the fire watch now. This massive fire is burning in the Big Cypress National Preserve. It rages out of control tonight and shows no sign of letting up. Right now, it reaches about 80,000 acres and is just 5% contained. Fire crews hope some of our rain will help put it out, but they're not letting up on their efforts. Some 300 firefighters are on the front lines. The Nightbeat's Chris Grisby was on the fire line today and brings us this story.
Hey, Mr. Charlie, good morning. Over your division now. I just want to check in with you, see if he needs it.
Fire crews are hard at work, trying to contain the avian complex fire in the Big Cypress National Preserve.
Vegetation types and things like that, looking at natural barriers that we can slow fire progress and even suppress it with using natural barriers.
But this fire is growing and crews are struggling to get it contained. With rain in the forecast, though, firefighters are hoping to get an edge on this blaze that's more than twice the size of Fort Myers. And right back behind me, you can see flames actively burning in this preserve, and fire officials that I've been speaking with say this ash that it's producing could possibly be good for the environment.
It promotes regrowth faster and even brings back species that lay dormant due to the thick vegetation that's existing right now.
Meanwhile, retired firefighters like Andy Murrin from Oregon are reporting for duty.
At this stuff, it's a jungle down here.
Trading in the comfort of the couch to boots on the ground.
Yeah, because they can be destructive. There's houses out here and there's habitat, and it feels good to contribute.
Chris Grisby, WINK News Now.
We do know one firefighter was hurt battling the fire, but he is expected to be okay. Here's the latest fire danger index right now. Charlotte County is considered very high, Lee is high, while the rest of Southwest Florida is low to moderate.
And developing now, a father killed and a family left with questions tonight. The family of this man, Daryl Scott, says he was murdered. Scott's family tells WINK News they've asked Fort Myers police for answers, but they aren't getting them. Scott was found in the Dunbar neighborhood early this morning. The Nightbeat's Oliver resident talked exclusively to Scott's cousin and is asking Fort Myers police for information. He joins us live now from police headquarters. Oliver, police aren't saying much tonight?
John Carlos, when we asked them about a possible homicide, they acknowledged that they knew what we were talking about, but said they couldn't release any information just yet. But Daryl Scott's family says they haven't gotten any information either, and they're getting impatient.
We loved him. All of us loved him. And we can't believe this happened to us.
A family in mourning, still searching for answers.
We don't know nothing. We don't even know if it's him. We haven't seen nobody. We only going by what the police say, and they really ain't telling us nothing.
The family of Daryl Scott woke up this morning to a knock on their door around 5 a.m., telling them the father of 3 was killed at the intersection of Louise Street and Marsh Street in Fort Myers.
He made you laugh. He always kept a smile on your face. He made peace no matter what. So I don't understand how this could even happen.
But when they went to the scene where police told them Daryl Scott was killed, there was nothing there.
It's unfair to us. They didn't even bring us to the crime scene. It was clamped up already.
Neighbors say they awoke to 4 gunshots just before 2:30 Sunday morning. But relatives say police still haven't told them how the man they called D-Row was killed.
The coroner won't let us see the body, nothing.
Now they're begging for information and justice.
I want the person who did it to be held accountable.
And Scott's family say they aren't familiar with the intersection where he was killed, and they're not sure why he would have been there. The Fort Myers Police Department says it plans to put out a press release sometime tomorrow. Live on the Night Beat, Oliver Redston, WINK News Now.
Oliver, thank you. New information now in a shooting in Immokalee. We have learned a female minor is facing charges for this shooting. We brought it to you as breaking news last night on the Night Beat. We've been told the victim is alive and the shooter is facing aggravated battery charges.
Happening tomorrow, this accused killer will be arraigned in a Lee County courtroom. Ricky Lagonde is accused of shooting 46-year-old Hinzo Estriplet in April. Estriplet was found dead inside the van he used as a taxi in Lehigh Acres. Detectives have said it was a robbery turned murder. 2 other people have been arrested for the murder as well. Faking his job posing as a cop, Collier County deputies say Richard Sheeran flashed a badge and claimed he was a member of ATF. The sheriff's office says they were working another arrest when Sheeran pulled up behind them in Naples. He claimed the other suspect called him to come to the scene. When deputies investigated further, they learned Sheeran had multiple prior arrests. They found no record of someone with his name retired or active with ATF. Investigators say he was so confident they think he's done it before. He's now facing felony charges.
And taking their concerns to commissioners, neighbors on this stretch of road in North Fort Myers say a new proposed development could result in more crashes. WINK News was on the scene of one of the crashes on Saturday. Now, that driver wasn't hurt, but neighbors say it's the most recent accident on what they call a very dangerous stretch of road. Now they worry a new proposed development in the very same area could make matters even worse. It would convert this empty field into 300 homes.
And we've seen wrecks, we've seen accidents, we've seen deaths. We've seen a lot of injuries on this road because of the traffic.
If it can happen now with us being rural, I cannot imagine what's going to happen when these people try to get out of this development and turn out into a curve.
The Lee County Board of Commissioners is scheduled to discuss, even vote on the proposed development on Wednesday. The developer says they're open to adding a turn lane to help the traffic flow there.
More developing news now. The Sarasota Police Department is hunting for this man. The police department says he robbed the Walmart on North Tamiami Trail at gunpoint. The suspect was able to get away with a large amount of cash. He is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information is asked to call police.
A library volunteer is facing charges for offering sex to a teen boy. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office says Austin West offered to perform sex acts on a 14-year-old boy and encouraged him to remove his pants. Parents say this isn't the first time West acted inappropriately either. Others say West took a photo holding a ruler over another boy's bottom in the very same library. The library says they've conducted a background check before hiring West. They have since fired him.
Preparing for a final goodbye, tomorrow the family of fallen Highlands County Sheriff's Deputy William Gentry will pay their final respects. A private memorial service for Deputy Gentry will take place tomorrow in Highlands County. A public procession and celebration of Gentry's life is set for Tuesday in Sebring. And new tonight, support for Deputy Gentry in the nation's capital. The Highlands County Sheriff's Office posted these photos on Facebook today. 2 deputies attending the police unity tour ride in Washington, D.C. took the photos. Joseph Abels is a convicted felon who the Highlands County Sheriff's Office says pulled the trigger on Deputy Gentry. Investigators say he shot Gentry in the head while he was investigating a neighborhood dispute.
And news from the Parkland school shooting now. A survivor makes a step forward. Samantha Fuentes posted this picture today. In the caption, she says her face is finally shrapnel-free. Fuentes was one of the victims in the Valentine's Day shooting. In her post, Fuentes thanks everyone who supported her during what she called a struggling time. And the community of Coral Springs is honoring another Parkland victim. North Springs Little League added this sign to their field today. The sign honors victim Joaquin Oliver. Oliver was one of the 17 killed in the shooting.
Happening tomorrow, the boat ramp near Edwards Drive in downtown Fort Myers is set to close. Crews will shut down access to the Caloosahatchee from the boat ramp. The city of Fort Myers is closing the boat ramp to make room for the Luminary Hotel. Helping American Heroes. Coming up, WINK News shows a new program in our area designed to give back to veterans dealing with the trauma of war.
And a Mother's Day miracle tonight, a Southwest Florida woman is expecting after a tragedy took the life of her newborn baby.
And this area of low pressure creating this circulation off the coast is the reason we have so much moisture overhead tonight. Details on that rain coming up.
Now on the Nightbeat, a miracle on Mother's Day. A Southwest Florida mother who survived a devastating tragedy prepares to welcome a newborn to the world.
And for the first time, Megan Davison is talking to WINK News. She was struck by lightning last year. Her heart stopped, and that of her newborn son, baby Owen. He died 2 weeks later. Tonight, Megan relives that day and looks ahead to her new blessing.
Are you ready?
Megan Davison loves being a mom.
I guess the snuggles.
Yeah.
When they come up to you and they just want to be held, that's my favorite part.
But last June, at 9 months pregnant, her life changed.
It seems kind of surreal, like it doesn't really, I don't know. I'm not like, wow, I got struck by lightning.
Megan tells me she was just days away from meeting the newest member of her family when she was struck by lightning right here.
I was having irregular contractions throughout the day because I was about a week before my due date.
What do you remember about that day?
Nothing. Okay. Absolutely nothing. I probably like a week prior and about 5 days after. I don't have any memory.
Both Megan and her newborn baby's heart stopped. Baby Owen died 2 weeks later.
We lost a child after I was struck by lightning. Getting pregnant again is really exciting.
Right. We didn't know if she was going to be able to be pregnant again after, going through a emergency C-section, and just we didn't know what the damage the lightning had done. Just her remarkable recovery and how God just pulled her through it so fast. Megan and her husband Matt are now expecting again, but baby Owen isn't forgotten. We donated what organs were salvageable. We don't know who got them or anything.
Just knowing he's in heaven brings comfort.
Absolutely.
The Davidsons say their faith community was an amazing support system since their tragedy, and on this Mother's Day, their hearts are filled with gratitude.
When I laid down last night, I was just so thankful just to have everyone in the house, everyone healthy and well, and just, because that very easily couldn't have been the situation.
Definitely want to point out that God is good all the time,
right.
Even amongst tragedy and trials and pain, even though it doesn't make sense, he has a plan.
Congratulations to the Davidsons, and for those that want to know, baby Ozzy is due on October 3rd.
Such great news on this Mother's Day. Well, new tonight, Governor Rick Scott is in Israel at this hour. He'll attend the opening of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. Scott backed the decision to move the embassy from Tel Aviv. Tomorrow, the U.S. will open its embassy in Jerusalem. The United States and other countries have long kept their consulates out of Jerusalem, causing friction with Palestine. WINK News reporter Meg Oliver explains how the White House is working to achieve a smooth transition.
Israelis sang and danced in the streets to recognize Jerusalem Day. The celebration comes as final preparations are made for the opening of the new U.S. Embassy in the city. White House senior advisor Jared Kushner and his wife, President Trump's daughter Ivanka, are part of the U.S. delegation that will attend Monday's ceremony. In December, the president broke with decades of U.S. policy and decided to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Israel's prime minister praised Mr. Trump for recognizing the city as Israel's capital.
President Trump is making history. We are deeply grateful.
Israelis living near the new embassy are also grateful.
We thank America and we thank Trump.
The holy city of Jerusalem is important to Jews, Christians, and Muslims. Palestinians also claim the city as their capital and have been protesting for weeks. Palestinian leaders say Trump's decision hurts any chance of the U.S. negotiating peace in the Middle East.
It ended, from our point of view, the role of the United States as the broker, the owner of the peace process.
Earlier this week, protesters in Gaza set fires. Palestinians are getting ready for another massive protest Monday near the border with Israel. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
President Trump's daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner will preside over the embassy ceremony on Monday.
And more vents are opening up in Hawaii as families continue to flee for their lives. This is brand new video of a fissure exploding on Hawaii's Big Island. You can see lava shooting up as smoke fills the air. That's the 18th one that's opened up and spewing lava. It opened up just this morning. Let me show you what it looks like from the air. This is number 16. Molten lava is spewing upwards, as you see right here. And 3 vents open up in the last 2 days. The volcanic eruptions left the islands in chaos for more than a week. Almost 2,000 people are under a mandatory evacuation.
The last week, it's almost like your life is on hold. It's not like it's a hurricane where you think, okay, in 3 days it'll be here and go, or a forest fire. This is almost like a slow motion train wreck.
Almost 400 people are sleeping in shelters tonight. Scientists say even more fissures could open up at any time.
New video now. Another day, another gator. WINK News viewer Ricky Brady sent us this video of an alligator hanging out around Ding Darling on Sanibel Island. Wow.
You know what's missing? The Jurassic Park theme song. Like, I don't know.
That would make it just really
I'm actually
complete.
really happy you brought that up because I was thinking Pink Panther myself, just like slowly going along.
That would too.
Maybe, viewers can send in that video over, some music, and we can choose which one's the best.
Artistry of all ideas is welcome in terms of that. But hey, the forecasts are quite nice for today, especially for the rain.
Now, from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is WINK News at 11.
WINK News is the weather authority. The rain is here, and it's going to stick around for quite a while. WINK News meteorologist Zach Malak is live in the Weather Center with a look ahead at this week. Zach?
Yes, Brittany. In fact, here's what's going on right now across our area. Doppler radar over the last hour is showing some more rain billowing up just south of Marco Island. That will continue to move to the north overnight tonight, so off and on rain still staying with us. Check out these rain totals from today, though. The top rainfall totals across the area, at least 1 3/4 inches or more. Lehigh Acres and Punta Gorda, Fort Myers Beach, just over 1.5 inches, same as South Cape Coral and the Pelican community. And we are seeing Arcadia just over 1.5 inches as well. Notice the bottom of that list, North Naples, Bonita Springs, all over 1 inch. And check out the map of the rainfall today. A lot of green signifying at least rain totals more than 3/4 inch came down. And luckily this was all light to moderate rain. So a good soaking for today. Can we expect the same thing for your Monday, or will there be longer breaks between that rain? Details in that full 10-day forecast coming up.
WINK News is the weather authority. Download the WINK weather app so we can send you alerts about weather in your neighborhood.
And the brother of the confessed Parkland shooting is starting over out of state. Zachary Cruz will spend his probation in Virginia. He got special permission from a judge to move there along with his dogs. Cruz is on probation for trespassing at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in March. He'll have a new job in Virginia, and his boss says Cruz isn't getting a fair shake.
He's been demonized and incredibly unfairly, and the result has been, harassing treatment from the BSO.
Cruz will work for a company that specializes in helping people transitioning after drug treatment or prison. He will need to stick to the probation restrictions set for him in Florida. Cruz also hopes to dedicate his time to ending bullying. He says he believes that bullying contributed to his brother's opening fire on his former classmates at Parkland. Zachary once told investigators he bullied his brother as kids. He admitted he felt guilty and says he wishes he could have somehow stopped the shooting. 17 people died in the February 14th massacre.
Tomorrow, Cape Coral's leaders will try to figure out how to pay for 23 new school resource officers. It's part of the new state law passed after the Parkland school shooting. The school board is asking cities to help pitch in to cover the increased costs. Count on WINK News to let you know what happens. Caught on camera, a teen punched in the face as police officers attempt to arrest him. The video was shot at a Wisconsin mall. During the altercation, you can hear the teen yelling for police to call his mom. The police department says the video only shows a portion of the fight, but they're looking into the arrest and what led up to it.
The new details, 3 former prisoners back home. The men who were released from North Korea left Walter Reed National Military Medical Center today. Doctors wanted to evaluate them before they headed back to their families. They landed back in the States on Thursday morning.
New right now, helping veterans in our area. Here's a live look of Charlotte Harbor tonight. A Charlotte County man, an Army veteran, is turning fishing into a way to help other vets. WINK News reporter Nadine Young has the story. New right now.
Out on the water, Tyler Crane finds peace.
Just calming and relaxing. There's nothing else to worry about. It's just you're on your own little island somewhere.
After 10 years in the Army, he came back wounded mentally and physically. Fishing is his therapy.
Me and a friend of mine were sitting around one day and kind of decided we should take vets fishing, and it kind of just grew from there.
Veterans Excursions to Sea takes veterans and their families on free charter fishing trips. But recently, they suffered a few setbacks.
We lost a boat last year, and then right after the boat lost, Hurricane Irma came through, and then right after Irma came through, I had 2 back surgeries.
But all that is in the past, as Crane is bringing 10 veterans from across the country to participate in their biggest fishing excursion.
The thing that's making this special is we're bringing in 5 generations of 5 different wars. We're bringing in a World War II guy, a Korean War, a Vietnam War, first Gulf War. We have a guy that just got back from Afghanistan last month.
This event kicks off Saturday morning at Lachelle Marina in Punta Gorda, with veterans, their families, and boat captains reeling in the memories.
It's a way to bring those 5 generations together so they get to know each other and help each other. Because there's a lot of wisdom to be learned from these World War II and Vietnam vets.
Crane is a hero, carrying 6 wounded soldiers to safety after an explosion, but says others paid the ultimate sacrifice. He's just giving back.
I try to do my best here in the community. I'm a part of this community. I live and breathe here every day. So I'm not a hero. I'm just a member of the community doing something that needs to be done. It helps.
We're told the fishing excursion was a success, and the goal is to keep it going.
It new on the Nightbeat, a cargo jet from Miami carrying 50 horses has to make an emergency landing. The Martin Air flight was headed to Amsterdam, and crews on the flight say they believe the plane was on fire. And after checking it out, no fire was found.
Developing now, a Florida man is accused of hiding his legless fugitive girlfriend from police by stuffing her into a plastic storage container in Winter Haven. 48-year-old John Robert Carr Jr. is charged with resisting arrest. Carr attempted to hide 39-year-old Crystal Lee Anderson from U.S. Marshals and Polk County Sheriff's deputies. Carr denied they were together, but an officer saw Carr hiding Anderson. All new on WINK, this little device can cure your bug bite woes. One mother on the East Coast invented this herself. She says it's a better solution than just an anti-itch cream because it sucks the toxin out. WINK News reporter Luli Ortiz talks to the mother who explains why this is so important going into the summer.
Kelly Higney processes and packs every order in the comfort of her own home.
This is the bug bite thing.
Higney launched it after moving from San Diego to the Anchorage, realizing she was unprepared for the mosquitoes. The new mom at the time did not want to use harsh chemicals on her newborn, so she figured out a better way to get relief from bug bites.
You get bit, you can remove the problem, which is the irritant under the skin, and by doing that, your body doesn't continue to produce that reaction. So you're eliminating the problem instead of masking it with creams.
The mother of 2 says after sharing this relief remedy with her family and friends, she worked with a manufacturer in Denmark and the bug bite thing was created.
If you're itching, use this, don't scratch it.
It fits in the palm of your hand. It looks like a reverse syringe. You put the plastic tool over a bite, pull up the handle, and the poison or mosquito saliva is sucked into a removable cap that can be taken off and cleaned.
What keeps me going is it works.
She says it's clinically proven, easy to use, and perfect for sensitive skin. She also says it's something for seniors and retirees here in South Florida need when they're outside.
You have complete control over the suction.
This mom says it's only the beginning.
I am a mom on a mission. I want everybody to at least give it a chance and try it because it can help you.
Well, Higney says she decided to produce the bug bite thing after researching similar technology that's available in Europe and Asia.
And it's the video sparking outrage. A caged tiger at a prom. A Florida mother says her child captured this over the weekend, and now there's an investigation underway. The Nightbeat's Roy Ramos has a story new right now.
A caged tiger on display, perhaps one of the most memorable sights at a Saturday night prom for high school students. The exotic animal was rolled into the DoubleTree Hotel Miami Airport and Convention Center for the event. The theme, Welcome to the Jungle.
First of all, we're not teaching children empathy. And if there is no empathy and there is no consciousness.
Parent Maria Castellano, whose daughter attended that prom, says she was concerned not only for the safety of the students, but for the tiger itself.
That tiger was in distress. The reason he's pacing up and down with his tail going the way that it's going and his ears all folded back is showing you distress.
In a written statement, a spokesperson for the high school says the tiger, which was displayed for a few minutes in a cage, was never harmed or in danger, was not forced to perform, was always accompanied by his handlers, and for the great majority of the time was laying down in a relaxed state facing away from the audience. Cell phone video posted online shows the tiger pacing in the cage as performers use fire to entertain the graduating class.
These animals are not entertainment.
More pictures show different animals also on scene, like birds used as centerpieces and a parrot, all provided by a facility they say is licensed by the FWC. The school says there was also a lemur, 2 macaws, and an African fennec fox at that event.
FWC has not responded to requests for comments about this controversy.
We've had a lot of gator sightings lately, but how about something a little furrier? A viewer sent us this photo from Naples. She says the bear showed up this morning in her backyard.
Yeah, probably looking for food.
Yeah.
A data breach impacting your personal information, coming out the latest chain to fall victim.
And a warning for iPhone users, an explosion caught on camera.
And low clouds still bring rain to southwest Florida. This view of downtown Fort Myers. Your full forecast is next. We had across our area today.
Well, Zach, thank you. Now, despite the rain, music lovers spent the weekend jamming out in the Florida Keys. The Songwriters Festival wrapped up today. The event featured 50-plus shows and some 200 chart-topping hit makers and some newcomers. Tyler Farr, known for songs like Redneck Crazy and Whiskey in My Water, was the headliner.
It's just about, the fellowship and hanging out with artists that we don't get to see each other a lot. We're always touring, we're always playing shows, and it's just good to catch up with them and be around the vibe and what makes the country music industry go round, which is great songs.
The 5-day event is now in its 23rd year.
Now in the Nightbeat, a young girl on a mission to spread joy and happiness across the nation.
Can I get a hug? Aw, so much.
This is Rosalind Baldwin. She lives in Louisiana, but she travels all over the country hugging police officers. This is video of her giving her hugs away in Cincinnati during a law enforcement memorial parade. Rosalind has traveled all over the country, 27 states, including Florida. Officers say the recharge they need in today's climate, with tensions high between some members of the public and law enforcement.
To have a young person like that really just share that love that she has for police officers, and it really warms our hearts, especially on a day like this when we're remembering those that we've lost.
Rosalind says her mission is to unite communities by demonstrating love and appreciation for those who protect communities across our nation. Very sweet to see.
Yeah.
Well, let's get a final look at weather tonight. We have a lot of rain coming up this week.
Which I don't like because I'm going to Tampa.
When are you going tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, man.
It's going to be bad.
No.
It's going to be rainy there, especially for JC going up to Tampa. But hey, the rain showers, we finally have more breaks in the rain at this hour. But if you live in Marco Island, Naples, Lely, East Naples, and Golden Gate Estates, expect light to moderate rain on your doorstep here soon. Look at all that yellow and orange activity to your south, but Fort Myers, Port Charlotte seeing light rain at the moment. Nothing too crazy out there, so we will keep the rain chances with us, though that rain coverage, JC, not as bad as it was today, so don't expect anything that's going to be prolonged or all day long either.
Cool.
You'll be fine on your little excursion that you get to have on a Monday, right?
She sounds so mad at you about it because she's working tomorrow.
Right.
Well, here, let's wish
4
our
minutes.
mothers a happy Mother's Day. There's 4 minutes left. There's me and my mom in 1987.
And there's me and my mom, Gloria Estrada, in 1986.
Oh.
86.
And this is my hero and inspiration, my cancer butt-kicking mom.
Oh, that's awesome. And my grandmother, she lives in Naples. My younger brother there on the side of your screen as well. We were celebrating one of his big Air Force dinners a few years back, and she's one of our biggest viewers down in Naples. I'm sure Grandpa's asleep in the chair watching us.
That's Oliver Redston, if you can believe it.
know.
Look at that hair.
Look
And
at
then this
those
one,
curls.
you can't mistake who this is next right here.
Chris
Frisbee.
The smile is still
Look at
the
him.
same. That smile is amazing.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, have a great night.